just like that. We're here. Hi, Raylene.
Good morning.
Holy crap, what a morning.
Are we really here?
We're here. We're here. It's nice to have you with me. I understand you spent some time here last night.
I did, with the girls.
Tell me about that.
Well, it was a little chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time out of the gate for them here.
Yeah.
And, you know, there was some organizing to do. And Facebook was giving us trouble last night. But I wonder now if some of that has to do with whatever it is that's going on. Because I don't know if you saw this morning, but there are many, many, many people without cell service. And like there's some sort of thing going on.
Yes.
And I don't know. I read at the beginning of the week that something large, the size of an adult male rhinoceros, was going to hit, Earth or whatever at some point this week.
Yesterday.
I don't know if that has something to do with everything or what, but literally, Facebook was acting up last night. It took almost 20 minutes after the wrap for the video to even be available on Facebook, which never happens. It's always instant.
Sure.
So I don't know. There was all kinds of things like just.
It was.
But
that story is actually like huge about the widespread cell.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on, if it's interruptions.
Well, some people flat out have nothing.
Right.
And some people are experiencing drop calls, interruptions, things going directly to voicemail, all kinds of different crazy things. And just on my way here, I heard that nationwide they're having trouble with streaming services as well, and people with their cable TV and things like that. So
there's funk.
Yeah, there's funk
that's going on.
Yeah.
And listen, folks, before you think that we've put some vodka in the orange juice this morning, this story about this chunk of satellite that is the size of
a male rhinoceros is what they're saying.
No, why not a female rhinoceros, though?
Well, apparently they're not as big as the males. That's why.
Why do we have to say? Why does NASA have to say rhinoceros? Why couldn't it just be the size of a large van? Why does it have to be rhinoceros?
Well, apparently it's smaller than a van, but bigger than a female rhinoceros.
You understand that when you say a chunk of satellite the size of a rhinoceros is going to be making its way into the Earth's atmosphere, which was yesterday, by the way, Wednesday.
Yeah.
And hopefully it was going to burn up in the atmosphere before any pieces made it to the Earth.
Right.
And if it didn't burn up, then hopefully it would find its way to the ocean. What is it? 70% of the Earth is water, right?
Right.
So, but when you say something the size of a rhinoceros, there are people, Raylene, in the world that
don't know how big a rhinoceros is.
No, they hear rhinoceros crashing into the earth, and they forget the thing that it's the size of, it's a piece of satellite the size of a rhinoceros, and they think it's a rhinoceros that's been orbiting the Earth, that's going to make it.
I don't know that I ever thought that, but maybe someone like you, I guess.
Is there a meme?
You are somewhere? A little tapped.
Is there someone, Jamie, Glenn, someone? Is there a meme somewhere?
Well, Glenn says it's bigger than a hippo with hemorrhoids. That's what Glenn says.
Is there a meme somewhere that shows, a rhinoceros crashing into like a skyscraper or a city?
Well, if there's not, there will be.
All right. Because we have to, if we can't find one, we have to make one. Partly sunny today, says Roger Hill. We get a few sprinkles possible in the Champlain Valley later today. Otherwise, highs around 40 to 45. Clouds tonight, some wet snowflakes mixed with rain in the Champlain Valley. A light coating, could get a little slick, around 32 for the low tonight. Then Friday, tomorrow, cloudy skies, slushy travel with off and on wet snowflakes, mainly just rain west of the Vermont valleys. They're saying, Roger is saying, up to 2 inches across the elevated terrain on Friday with lows in the 40s. So it depends on where you are.
Right.
Could get a little,
Dicey.
It could be slick. It could be slushy and messy. I'd rather have slushy and messy than slick any day. Saturday, we have a snap coming. It's going to be blustery. It's going to be cold. Hold on. I was paying attention to Roger Hill this morning. He's saying some snow squalls, too, on Saturday. Daytime highs on Saturday around 15 degrees.
Yeah.
Sucks. And then Sunday, rebounding to 32, sunshine, and then the beginning of that warming trend that we promised you. Monday, they're saying around 35 to 40, and by next week, middle of next week, we could be well into the 50s, and in the Champlain Valley, possibly upper 50s.
Well, God, I hope so, because I've had it. And I don't know why. It's Vermont. We know better. This is winter.
Yeah.
I guess we've all gotten soft because we're just not used to it anymore.
I've had it too.
It's certainly not like winters past. I mean, even 5 years ago, things were a lot different than they are right now, but it just seems like, ugh.
Oh, I know.
I don't know why, but it does.
I'm the
I don't
same
want
way.
to deal with it
I'm
for
the
some
same
reason.
I'm
But
the same way.
just so everyone knows that just because it's going to be 15 degrees, that's not going to deter the Taco Shell from doing their grand opening, or me being there live.
24th.
Or, on Saturday. I mean, we're going to be there. And Wilkins is going to be open. There's going to be all kinds of great stuff. I'll be live there, off and on, just raising some hell with all of them. And mostly just to welcome in this young, new entrepreneur that had the guts to say, you know what, times are tough. Vermont can be super tough on small business, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. In a time where poor Gianni Bidot is hiring, needs contractors to work for him terrible.
Sure.
And he's heard from one person. They talked to him for a few minutes, told him this huge amount of money that they wanted. And he said, sure, send me your resume. That was the end of the conversation. He's never heard from them again. So when you see these younger people that are making an effort, doing all they can to get into the work world, try and do, it's refreshing.
Sure it is.
Because it seems like a lost thing.
Yeah.
Where people get out of bed and do that if they can.
So, and he's not, I don't know. It's like, people are like, I want to come and work for you as long as I can bring my dog to work. I can have a coffee break
I gotta leave at 2:30 to go grab my kids and this, that, and the other thing.
And I want a cell phone break and a coffee break every 15 minutes.
Yeah, things have changed so much, but I think we have a lot of good things coming up too in the the community too. We have Liam is doing the taco shell. We have the Harringtons, Food and Fuel. That is a very young family that just started that business.
Yep.
I think that, and we need to encourage more of that. And that goes back to my post earlier in the week where I said, what do you miss? What used to be here?
Right.
And if we want to see those things back, we need to support that initiative of these young people and commend them for really trying to do what they can.
Absolutely. So true. Well said.
But something on Facebook that I found this morning, and I posted it up, and I didn't know if you saw it, and I hope you listen to it when you get in your car, but the 4 agreements summarized as a rap song. So somebody has put this out there. No, I did not listen to it in its entirety, like the first few seconds. I had a crazy morning. But just so you know, it's out there, and it is posted on our page if you want to take a listen. I know that is a book that you have got about a chapter.
Careful. Be careful.
You've maybe read one of the 4
careful.
agreements, but you've tried really hard for the last 5 years that I've known you to get through it. But I know it's something that you talk about often, so I did get that posted up there for you. And it's National Margarita Day. Please go have one. Chili Day, Sweet Potato Day. It must be Tim did his Mardi Gras specials yesterday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all that great stuff.
Do they make a good margarita over at Jerry's?
Of course they do. Absolutely.
Does Tina realize that Jerry's, her establishment,
is right behind us?
Is 100 yards behind the studio. Alcohol, microphones, not a good combination. At some point, I'm saying, not today, obviously, but at some point, we got to come in here at night, go over to Jerry's. I'm not saying get ripped, but I'm saying
why not?
have enough alcohol that we shouldn't be driving, but should be talking into a microphone, and just walk right over here.
Yeah.
Plug it in and go.
Why not? Or bring our mics and camera right over there.
Or we can do that.
Plug it right in and go. We'll watch. Brummert. We'll watch it all happen.
Sure.
Unfold in front of us.
Right.
Are we going to say happy birthday and sing happy birthday to William Ravies, 50 years old?
Seriously?
Seriously.
50 years old.
50 years old.
Today.
Yep, family-owned independent real estate company in the Northeast, Florida, and South Carolina.
They're
50
amazing.
Years old today.
Amazing.
Or 50 years old. Today is when they posted this, and I'm sharing it, so I'm assuming it's sometime this month.
They're wonderful people.
They are wonderful people.
John Biondolillo, Michelle Hebert, just all of them. Everyone over there. Just great people.
Yeah.
Marcia, I mean, everyone's just so friendly.
I agree.
And better than friendly, knowledgeable. They really know what they're talking about. We love having them as a sponsor.
Yes,
they've been with us for a long time. And John's going to come in here and sit down. You know those chairs?
Oh, for God's sakes!
Those chairs that we're sitting in right there.
Yes,
those came from John.
I know he's a good guy. Let us do that. Give those up for us.
Go ahead.
And I can't do that quite yet. But we have a lot of contributors to thank, and eventually we will do that. There's some things that have been contributed.
Yeah.
They can't really be said yet because we haven't unveiled the entire space yet. But we have some people that have really done amazing things to partner up with the whole thing here and give us some great things and really try to give us a leg up and a boost at what we've got going on.
We've had a lot of help from a lot of people.
We're very fortunate.
Extremely fortunate. Hey, before I forget.
7 months in the bunker and nobody forgot us.
I know. Some wild shit happened in the bunker.
I know. We don't talk about those things.
Birthdays.
What happens in the bunker stays in the bunker.
I know. Birthdays today. Michael Ootman is on the list. Tierney DeForge, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tierney.
Patrick Ross is on the list today. There's a guy that's been on with us a couple of times.
Yes, he has.
We'll have him back this summer. Valerie White Bodette.
Well, happy birthday, Valerie.
Happy birthday, Val. Victoria Pelkey is 31 today. And let's see, Michelle Porter, 55 years old.
Does that mean that everybody should run to Ladder 1 today, have lunch, and give Val spankings or a pinch to grow an inch?
Yeah, you know, you can remember pinch to grow an inch. Wow. That one I do remember.
You do.
What's the one I don't know? I got a hitch in my gitch.
I know. I have a hitch in my get along.
Yes. Boy, that was fun that morning. I don't know. I still don't know what the hell that was all about.
Oh, my good gracious. This weekend, Lonnie Wade Memorial Fund dinner in
Saturday.
silent auction. It's the ice fishing is canceled. There will be no ice fishing, but at 4:00 you can all head over to the Den. It's they're gonna have a lasagna and chicken dinner. The tickets are $15 for adults, $10 for kids. So, even if you're not going to go, this is it's just an amazing cause. They do a lot with the money. They give away some really significant scholarships to students.
Yep.
And it's just a great time. And they're going to do, of course, they're going to do an awards banquet. Kind of. That's as far as the dinner goes, but no awards because nobody's catching any ice, fish off the ice.
Yep.
But the silent auction will take place, all of that. And this is the second year in a row that has been kind of foiled for them because of Mother Nature. And so I just, I hope that people...
Mother Nature?
Yeah. She's not cooperating.
Or global warming.
Well, I'm not going into that crud.
See, I tried to set you up.
You tried
to
trip me up, but you're not going to do it. It's Mother Nature. She has a hair across her ass, and she has had one for a little while now.
It's called menopause.
But anyways, it's just something really good to support. And whether or not you're going, whether or not you can fish, let's make sure that it's still a really fantastic year for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So...
some of the headlines yesterday freaked me out.
Oh, yes.
Alabama hospital has paused IVF following the state Supreme Court's ruling on frozen embryos. We have a man who pleads guilty to kidnapping a 9-year-old girl in upstate New York last September. Some of the shit that was coming across my phone. We have a pilot program in Chittenden County that aims to stop criminal behavior by helping repeat offenders. I have an opinion on that, but I'm going to digress. We have about 153,000 student loan borrowers that were eligible to have their debt canceled yesterday. Those are some of the headlines from yesterday. What do we have today? We have the United States attempting a historic moon landing today.
Yes. Police search a car and find cocaine plus a U.S. Army rocket launcher.
Say that again. I haven't had enough coffee this morning. Did you just say police searched a car and found what?
They found cocaine and a U.S. Army rocket launcher. And that was a truck or vehicle in central Massachusetts that they found that when they searched the vehicle. Labeled the whole nine. Bunch of just craziness. World's going to hell. I don't know.
Cocaine found in a car.
Right.
With a rocket launcher. You probably don't remember.
That goes past the, AKs and ARs and...
Slightly. Yeah.
This and all that.
Mixing cocaine and a rocket launcher together.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, mixing cocaine and a potato gun isn't good, so I can't imagine a rocket launcher.
Does anyone remember Bruce Cockburn and the song If I Had a Rocket Launcher?
Yes, I do actually. I've heard that maybe twice in my life, but I know what you're talking about.
Love that song. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's see. Highgate resident Christy Brow caught migrants on security camera outside her house and even discovered abandoned belongings in her yard. This happened in the northern borders of Vermont. It's happening every day. We hear about that a little more and more every day, where people are crossing the border into Vermont from different locations through the woods, literally over the river and through the woods, and these little paths that are beat down here and there.
Unreal.
Yeah. We have the Milton man that was sentenced for the crash that killed his daughters. He got 3 years for that. And I will say, I believe he got a life sentence. Let's just say that. Like, really, in that case, no amount of jail time is going to change what he has to deal with in his own head for the rest of his life.
Right.
I don't care who you are. That's a really hard fact to swallow, I would think.
Yep.
That happened. And so good that he got jail time, but I can't even imagine the sentence in his own head. I can't imagine. And truthfully, I don't know that I could move on.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. If something like that were to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So a lot of mixed feelings about that. There's police investigated dead body found under a bridge in Saranac Lake.
Saranac Lake, yeah. What a story.
Yeah. Yesterday, state police announced that they have the body of the woman found in Washington.
Yes.
That young woman, it was deemed a homicide. And,
strangulation, right?
Strangulation.
Yeah.
Yes. So lots going on there.
And police are still investigating that, or so
yes,
they say.
And they want tips, and if you have any information, to please contact them, and all that stuff that they always say. And I mean, we have to hope that they're still investigating it, but without the community and without people that really know what was going on, may know even little tidbits of information, if you saw a car, if you whatever, they need that help because they like us weren't there.
Yep.
And we know that, I mean, there's all kinds of murders and missing people incidences in Vermont that are unsolved, but it's for a lack of information.
That's right.
I mean, you can only go as far as the dog leads you, right?
Yep.
So that's the way it is about that. We have to give a shout out to Paramount Theaters and Capitol Theaters. This the next week and a half, they're going to be rolling out all the matinees because school is on break
and
officially.
It gets so busy.
It does. And so they have all kinds of great movies out there, matinees every day at both locations in Barrie and Montpelier. So thank you to FGB Theaters.
I want to give a shout out this morning to Salvador and Babic because if you have not filed your taxes yet, the deadline is approaching for personal and corporate income tax returns and homestead declarations and all that shit, which I hate all of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't understand any of it. I hate it. That's why it's kind of like Bobby Bartlett over at State Farm. Just bring all the papers.
Say, here you go.
Throw it on the desk.
Yep.
And say, call me if you need anything.
Right.
Other than
and
that,
very rarely do they call you because they just know what they're doing.
That's right.
They call you and say, okay, they're done.
Yeah.
And that's a great feeling.
240 South Main Street. Set up an appointment if you need to, 476-8673. You can always check out their Facebook page or email Salvador and Babic, office@salvadorandbabic.com.
And then we have to mention Central Vermont Chamber of Commerce. They, this weekend, have their casino night. And so I believe there's still time to get tickets. I believe that there are still some available.
There is.
But if you want those, it's a really great night. You can dress up if you want. What is the theme?
It's a 20s. 20s theme.
You can go have a great time. Get your poker chips. trips and that you win prizes with. There's no money here, because we can't gamble in the state of Vermont. But it's you can
sports bet though.
Yes, we can sports bet, but you can't gamble yet. But it's a great night. It's a lot of fun, food and drinks and go enjoy yourself. Just have a night out.
CentralVT.com is the website.
How about the great things going on down at Fecto Homes as well?
I saw some of the pictures.
So they have had some amazing homes come on the market just this week. Some of them you can put on your own land. Some are in a park already. Some are... they have package deals, land package deals. They just have a great selection right now of new homes that have just come in, homes that have been on the lot that you can buy off the lot. And then, as I said, homes that are set up in parks, which can be a great alternative for someone who can't mow the lawn and can't do this and can't do that. It's a really great, affordable opportunity to be in a park where that kind of stuff is done for you.
Right.
And you're just in a really small, nice community. I know when I lived at Sandy Pines, I loved it there. It was a quiet park. All the neighbors knew each other. They helped each other. It was a nice place to be. And I actually really miss some of the people that are there and drive up through sometimes.
Yeah.
So lots of opportunities at Fecto Home.
Fecto's is, they've been around since, 1970? 72. Mm-hmm. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. This is not their first rodeo.
No, not at all. And so check them out or give them a call, 802-229-2721. Probably the biggest story this morning in Vermont. The Vermont Senate yesterday approved this bill that's going to try to tap the brakes on the skyrocketing property tax bills and bring this back to planet Earth. Lawmakers called the measure just a start to bigger discussions about how the state funds education. And then you come to Barrie.
It was a little warm.
And then you come
to
Barrie. And you deal with the fact that the governor said, okay, we're going to remove some things, right away. We're going to let people go back, redo their school budgets, put more, think about things. And BUUSD says, nope, we're going to leave it like it is.
But many lawmakers here in the Senate today said that this is a springboard into a larger conversation about
in a community that is constantly talking about housing the poor, helping, being, no thought whatsoever to the people that are struggling and cannot breathe, that are working and busting their ass and trying every day and paying for daycare, living on fixed incomes because they're retired or... let's just sock it right to them. Yeah. Why would we want to go back and rethink this budget?
Right.
And it's huge. It's like 12% or a little more than 12%. It's a big, it's a big budget that needs a lot of discussion. And I know there are many people that have worked on that budget that have said, absolutely not, no way, you're not doing it. But
March 5th.
These dumbasses, yeah.
March 5th is going to be very interesting. And what do we have another big vote for the school board coming up in May, right?
No, so the school board vote will happen on town meeting day in March.
What's the big one in May?
The school, everything. The May is the city elections, and so Michael, is the school board candidates, are they getting elected in May also, and only the budget is happening in March? I know he's listening, but I'm a little confused about that too, to tell you the truth. I better find that out. Yeah. I shouldn't be confused. I should know, because I'm like right in the thick of all of that. But anyway,
there's too much that's changing. It's like, well,
I believe it's just the budget that we're voting for on town meeting day.
Okay.
BUUSD is in March and the city is in May. So, yeah.
All right.
You were playing the news over me.
Yeah, but the weird thing...
And it was coming out, and people say they couldn't hear me because you were playing the news over me.
The weird thing is...
It's kind of mean.
Honestly, the weird thing is I couldn't hear that.
If you didn't want to listen to me this morning, you could have just said something.
Yeah.
Instead of being an asshole.
But why can't I hear that, though? There's something wacky.
I don't know.
There's a ghost in the machine this morning. I don't know what it is. So we're going to be paying attention to whether or not we're going to...
So the school board candidates are in March. Vote for... get out there, vote, because it's going to matter, especially when we have people now that are pushing this huge budget that think it's a really great idea to kill us all with poverty. I guess they want us all to be homeless. Or maybe that's the point. Maybe they're trying to make us get out of our homes so new people can come. I don't know. But the counselors and the city budget and all that will happen in May.
Okay. We're going to be paying attention to this, obviously.
Of course.
And I know you and Michael are, and on Monday nights you've got the Barry B podcast, and you're going to...
Yeah, and this afternoon at noon I'm going to do, and it's no secret, I am doing it solo. Everyone knows that I do not like to do that. Do not like to sit on that side of the desk and talk to myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel super passionate about it. I didn't feel like it could wait for myself, for the family, for Tyler.
Yeah. But
I don't want to wait. I want to do it.
Here's the thing, Raylene. You're not sitting...
Well, it feels that when you're not have somebody on the other side talking back and forth. It's tough.
You have a lot of people that are going to be sitting right next to you, frankly, and engaging with what you have to say, and you're doing that at noon today. So.
Yes, and I'm going to try super hard. I'm going to bring my box of Kleenex, and I'm going to try super hard to keep myself under control. But I make no promises there because this is,
well, it's sensitive.
It's sensitive. It's pretty raw and
it hits a nerve.
But it's the truth.
Yep.
And thank you to the Times Argus for writing a good article and really getting the message out there.
Yeah.
And but I'm going to take my part from there.
Yep. Noon today.
On a Thursday.
Be there.
Yes. Right here.
Where you are now on Aired Out.
Yes.
What else is happening?
Ooh,
Let's see. U.S. labor strikes reached a 23-year high in 2023. We have the ranking of U.S. real estate property taxes by state. That's interesting. I'll be having a look at that a little later. I'll share it. Is there anything else that's really popping in the world news or anything?
I mean, of course. I'm sure there is. And we just, as I told you, and I'm not going to tell the world because it's not very nice, but I had a very rough morning.
Yeah.
And so everything about today was late for me, by an hour.
Yeah.
And so the Post getting the news out. So really, I didn't hear much of it. Because usually I watch the news every morning. I'm up by 5 o'clock and I'm watching the news and I read the articles before I post them, make sure they're not old and a repeat or any of that. And that was not the case today. Straight up, I looked at the headlines and I chose okay, here's 3 from CAX, here's 3 from NBC5, here's 3 from ABC.
Right.
You know, that's how I did it this morning. If the headline caught my eye, it got posted, and I didn't even look at it, truthfully, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just the way the morning went.
Yeah.
But the news is out there, and I'll catch up later.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the things that I remembered in my own head, like the satellite that was going to hit the Earth and what they compared it to and all that stuff, that I knew. And I knew that might have something to do with some of the funk that's happening.
Once again, there's widespread cell phone, several major cell phone providers are experiencing outages. It affects cell phone calls and texts and internet access. We had some funk here in the studio last night. Not sure if that's related or not. But yeah, there's just some weird shit going on.
So all my friends say, put a light on Raylene. So we're working on this. They think I'm in the witness protection over here, which is, it's true. It's possible that I could need to be in the witness protection.
So
I'm
here's
sure
the thing.
Some of the shit that we say,
Right.
we probably should be in the dark.
Raylene,
It's an adjustment. And that's what we've been saying since Monday. We need to get everything all set up.
Raylene actually has 3 lights on her.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made, and
Yeah.
we're well aware of it.
Yeah.
Well aware.
And it's different. So I don't know if you can all tell, but we are on the opposite side of the studio than we used to be. So we're in a different window. We're on the fly side.
Yeah.
And the way the light comes in the window, there's more glass on this side.
Yeah.
The shadows, there's a lot to work with and adjust to that we're not used to.
Right.
And if it's sunny outside, it's hard.
Yeah, right.
And if it's really dark outside, sometimes then I would be too bright. So it's going to be an adjustment.
Yeah.
And
unless it's too dark outside, then it's a pain in
and
the
truthfully,
ass.
I don't mind it at all. Like, you can hear me.
Yeah.
I hate being on camera. So I'm actually not disturbed by the fact that you can't see me. I'm like, okay, this is kind of nice, because then I'm not worried about my gut, my posture, my anything.
The bags under your eyes
my eyes.
can be hid better than mine.
That's exactly. I can come into work looking like shit. You can't.
But I never look like shit. Never.
But it is kind of funny that because that they said she's in the witness protection program, but because that is kind of funny because Lord knows that I could probably be with as much as I run it.
The White House considering executive action that would allow President Joe Biden to effectively close the U.S.-Mexico border to migrants crossing illegally.
Mm-hmm. Is right. Yeah. Careful, we're gonna shut your light off too.
Anytime we say there's some buzzwords here. Mexico, immigration, border. Anytime we say stuff like that, even Joe Biden, the government's listening. Big Brother is always tuned in and listening. There's a word I want to say right now so badly, but I can't because they'll shut us down. But anyway, it's just amazing. It's amazing.
They've been really tough on us lately. Facebook has.
Yeah.
They have been super tough. We said the GUN word, and oh my gosh.
You see, you just spelled it. You can't even spell it.
Well, maybe because I said it super fast.
You say the
okay.
G word.
Yeah, the G word.
Up at the Barry Auditorium.
Or like, what Michael says. This is what Michael says. This makes me die.
Pew, pew.
Pew, 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 pew. What the hell?
Michael's got something.
I said, brrr.
What else is happening? 33 major strikes in the U.S. last year. We talked about that. That's a jump up 43%. New data coming in from the Labor Department. Biggest number of large work stoppages in America in more than 20 years. That's a big story today. Smartwatches. FDA issuing a warning about the risks of using smartwatches and smart rings that claim to measure blood glucose levels without piercing the skin. A number of unauthorized a number of unauthorized devices on the market can lead to inaccurate measurements of blood glucose, also known as blood sugar, and errors in diabetes management that can be life-threatening.
Have you seen some of the apps now that say if you want to know if you have sleep apnea, just, load this app and leave the phone sitting next to you while you sleep? What? And the sad thing is that many people are probably doing that, and then they're going out and spending all kinds of needless money on products to fix themselves.
Right.
When, supposedly it can tell if your heart is skipping a beat, if you're having a heart attack, if this is wrong and that's wrong, and measure this and that, all while you sleep. Come on. Don't fall for that shit.
Like Glenn said, sucker born every minute.
For real.
Yeah.
And people will go crazy with that.
I just want to close out this morning by saying that there's a lot of folks that we need to have on the air, and we plan to have on the air in here. Sponsors, non-sponsors, people with great stories, a lot of banter, a lot of fun. At some point, Chuck Martin is going to make his debut in here, which is going to just shake the shit right up. We have a lot of stuff planned. There's going to be some great stuff coming. We'll get to it. Once we're comfortable and we've worked out the bugs and
right.
we got to get J.R. Busio in here, and we're going to have a great time.
Right.
We're going to have a great time.
Yeah. But we just got to get situated.
Yeah. It's going to take a little while.
It's going to take a hot minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is all new and different. And look, can we talk about the fact that the next week is going to look a little bit different too? That I'll be in here in the driver's seat a little bit more than not, and I'm going to be talking with some people from the North End. We're going to be talking about July flood and where we're not on February.
Yeah.
Whatever next week's are 20s. And the beginning of March, where we're not.
Yeah.
And people that still are in desperate need, that have really suffered a lot. And if you are one of those people, if you would like to talk about it, like to talk to me, reach out, get in touch.
Yep.
Would love to talk to you. But that is pretty much what I'm going to be doing. I'll give you some, it's not going to be as fine-tuned as the normal Shits and Giggles show, because I just don't always deliver things the same way.
Yeah.
But we'll be here. It'll just be a little bit different over the next week, a little more than a week.
Yep.
But yeah.
And make sure you get over to Connor's Motivational Morning today, to that Facebook page. Give a like, a follow, a share, and get some positivity in your life.
Yeah, because that boy's on the move too.
Yeah, can't wait to get him in here.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll be back. He'll be back. Thank you, Raylene. Yes, so I'm going to be stepping aside here for a little while. As you know, it's school break. So I'm going to be
doing stuff with Lily.
I'll be with Lily and Sherilyn, and we're going to be spending some family time. And as you know, and I think most people do, that is first for me and always will be, is my family. So above all things, even myself. So that's and thank you for grabbing the wheel and driving.
I'll do my best.
Brummert's going to be
There
teaming.
may be some hiccups along the way, but we'll all struggle through together.
I don't think so.
We have our faithfuls. I know. Yeah.
Thank you, Raylene. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for having fun with us this morning. We appreciate you. And be well. Take good care. Try to stay warm this weekend.
Have a great day.
And look at that list right there. We'll leave it up there for a second. Be well. God bless. Take good care. We'll see